Welcome, parents. As a parent of a child who may soon be receiving special education services, you may have a lot of questions about the changes to your child's schooling. While this may be overwhelming at first, I can assure you that these changes will be positive and will benefit your child in both the short term and the long run. Together, we can help their education soar. Parental, and when appropriate, student involvement in the IEP process is a fundamental key to a successful strategy. As a matter of fact, parents are full members of the IEP team, same as teachers, administrators, and service providers. It is important for parents to share their thoughts and concerns related to the services that their child receives, as well as information related to behaviors outside of the school setting. This information will better prepare the IEP team to set appropriate goals and interventions. Referrals for special education services can come from a variety of sources, including doctors, teachers, daycare providers, and others. However, if a child under the age of 3 is affected by parental neglect or drug use, a referral becomes mandatory. Referrals must be made within 1 week of a child being identified as possibly needing special education services. A variety of evaluation tools will be used to identify your child's functional, developmental, and academic levels to ascertain whether special education placement is appropriate. It is important to note that more than one tool will be used to determine eligibility for special education services, and there will be no discrimination based on race, gender, or cultural identity. Following multifaceted evaluations by relevant professionals determining that special education services are needed, and parental consent has been obtained, students can finally begin to receive their needed services. The student's IEP team will meet regularly to determine if the student remains eligible for these services, or if services should be altered. Like many foods, your child's IEP, or Individualized Education Plan, will include a statement of your child's present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. This will include a description of how the disability adversely affects his or her education. Also included is a statement of measurable academic and functional goals, quarterly updates on these goals, and a listing of services being provided to the student. Also provided is a detailed description of the special education accommodations made available to the student. While not explicitly stated in the IDEA law, an open line of communication between teachers, parents, and the school is a must for ensuring student success. Parents need to know how their child is performing and behaving in school. On the same note, teachers and schools need to know how their students behave at home and away from school grounds. Are they seeing doctors or receiving medications that may alter their educational performance? An open line of communication will improve the likelihood of a positive partnership working toward student success. According to the Model Code of Ethics for Educators, teachers play a vital role in upholding the integrity of the teaching process. This certainly includes the IEP process. Much of an IEP team's work involves data collection, a lot of which is stored and presented by the student's special education teacher. In order to protect the student's dignity, the integrity of the IEP process, and the trust between the teacher, the school, and the student's parents, teachers must take the utmost care to follow all laws and regulations pertaining to confidentiality. If trust is lost, an IEP team will be largely unable to meet the needs of the students they serve. So let's do everything we can to make sure that our work is incredible.